Today we're taking a look at two on-road replica race cars on the new Fazer MK2 chassis. We have the Acura NSX GT3 and the Audi R8 from Kyosho. We're going to take a look at these models, then we'll take them outside and do some speed tests, and then we'll just drive them. For those seeking a nice blend between scale, realism, looks, and performance, Kyosho offers these two beautiful body options on their new Fazer MK2 four-wheel drive platform. As ReadySets, these models come pre-assembled out of the box. They include almost all of the items you need. The electronics are included and installed, and then the body is painted, trimmed, and comes with all the decals applied and the wings installed. The only items that are required for these models are going to be 4 AA batteries for the included transmitter, and then you will need a battery pack and charger for that battery. Now, since these models come with brushed electronics, the 60 amp ESC, which has a T-style connector on it, that ESC is compatible with either a 6-cell NIM battery or a 2-cell LiPo. As a note, the ESC comes preset with a little jumper over pins for the LiPo mode, so there's a cutoff in place. If you're going to be using a NIM battery, that jumper needs to be set for the NIM mode. So how fast are these cars? Well, we set out to figure it out, testing each of the compatible batteries. Again, these models are compatible with a 6-cell NIM or a 2-cell LiPo. So first, what we tested was this 4200 EcoPower 6-cell NIM pack with a T-style connector to be compatible with our model. Next, we had this Venom 2-cell LiPo, 5000 milliamp, 30C. These batteries have the really cool Uni 2.0 connectors, so we just threw on this T-style adapter to be compatible on this pack. And then lastly, we used this competition level high-end ProTek battery with a 120C discharge rate. I think the capacity is 7400 with our own homemade lead with an XT60. So again, we could use our Venom Uni 2.0 adapter. We conducted our speed test using our Bushnell radar gun, and then we also had all batteries charged and ready to go. We intended to do 3 passes of each, but we ended up doing 2 passes on each pack unless there was something botched with that test. So on our 2 passes with the very first battery, this EcoPower NIM pack, we received a first speed rating of 25 miles an hour and then a second pass of 26 miles an hour. Timeout, I made a little boo-boo on the reported speeds of this NIM battery pack. I said it was faster than it actually was. So the first pass, it was actually 24 miles an hour, and the second pass was 25 miles an hour. Now with the Venom 2-cell next, there's 30C LiPo battery. The first pass produced 26 miles an hour, and the second produced 27 miles an hour. For our third and final test using the ProTek 120C pack, our first pass produced a speed of 27 miles an hour, and then our second pass produced a speed of 28 miles an hour. We actually did a few more passes, but we're never able to exceed that 28 miles an hour. Now, one thing those speed tests just don't show is that the LiPo batteries produce so much more torque in these brushed models than this NIM pack. There's lots of low-end wheel spinning torque, especially with the ProTek pack. It hits really hard and kind of tacks out pretty quickly. So had we had enough time with either of these LiPos, we could have geared up these models a few teeth, assuming that our temps would have been okay, and we could have produced a much higher top speed. But even without changing the gearing, all of that low-end torque produced some pretty nice drifting when we just let it get crazy on the pavement. Now for general driving, the Fazer MK2 platform is a lot of fun. It's a kind of a no-frills, just simple chassis layout designed for you to not have to work on it a whole lot. It's a driver's car. There really isn't even much to adjust or tinker on inside the platform. It's just meant for you to put a battery into and go drive it. Now for us, we thought these cars were a lot of fun. They're great parking lot racers. You can use them on any paved surface though. We used some of those Yeah Racing on-road discs and we just tossed them in our parking lot and used those as makeshift temporary markers. And then we hopped into the bed of a truck as our driver's stand. And with the LiPo in the model, there's plenty of torque and top speed to do the little oval that we had set up. The car also has a bit of oversteer, so it really has no problem hucking tight into some of those turns. Although our driving may not demonstrate that accurately, the cars really do perform quite well. And there's something to be said about a spec car in a sense where the electronics are equal and the speeds are equal and the performance is equal. It can really kind of make the racing that more exciting when the playing field has been leveled and it comes down to your skill and strategy. But all in all, these are really great cars. We had a lot of fun. They aren't that expensive for what they are. I think they're like $229, and then you just add your battery pack, but they're a lot of fun to drive. And again, there isn't a whole lot to work on. The models are equipped with full ball bearings. There's hex screws that are very convenient. Inside, the battery holder just uses a single Velcro strap, and it's really easy and simple to use. And on the performance side, these models have gear differentials in the front and rear. They have coilover shocks on all four corners, and they are fully equipped with independent suspension. And if for any reason this body is not desired, there are included optional hexes to change your width. This is a 200mm width body, both of them, but if you want to use a 190mm body, there are hex adapters included to change your width, so you can use any 200 or 190mm body, assuming the wheelbase is correct. Thanks for watching this video, guys, on the Kyosho Fazer MK2 Supercar ReadySets. If you have any questions about anything we talked about, please leave us a question or a comment, and we'll also have some links down below for more information. My name is Brett with AMain Hobbies. Thanks for watching.